This is our COVID Roundup and CDC update for April 5th, 2024. Since last week, we're down about 14% in new hospital admissions due to COVID, and we're down about 17% in deaths due to COVID. Putting this into context, hospitalizations have been decreasing for the past 7 weeks, and the past 8 out of 10 weeks have had COVID death decreases, with 2 weeks holding constant. Then jumping to our COVID variant breakdown for Mirage, JN1 is holding at about 27% in proportion of all the COVID variants, with KP2 on the rise. And again, KP2 is theorized to be highly immune evasive, so like the eyeballs suggest, it's one to watch. Jumping over to our Iowa COVID 19 tracker, the top 5 states based off of COVID viral activity are Minnesota, Wyoming, Alabama, Mississippi, and Kansas. So these are the 5 states that currently have the highest proportion of COVID in their states. Then looking over to our map of new COVID hospitalizations per county in the United States. As a reminder, anything that is orange is increasing levels of COVID. Anything that is yellow is holding stable. This could be stable at high or low levels. You have to look at prior maps to know. And then anything that is teal or green is decreasing levels of COVID. Largely, COVID levels are decreasing based off of new hospital admissions. However, there is some activity in the east. And then for reference, this is the prior week's map and the week before that. And again, the present week's map. Next, looking to the wastewater levels in New York State. As a reminder, anything that is dark blue is low levels of COVID, anything that is light blue is moderate, and anything from yellow to bright red is high levels of COVID in the wastewater. When we look to all reporting wastewater facilities, those reporting at the highest level are 47%. This is up from about 44% the prior week. Next, when we look over to wastewater scan in California, we may be starting to see a small spike. Here it is for more clarity. I'm guessing it's probably holding constant and there's just a little bit of oscillation, but only time will tell. When we look to all of the reporting wastewater facilities to wastewater scan in the US, we are seeing a similar trend where there is either a little increase happening or it's largely holding constant. It's one of those things that's easier to tell in retrospect. And that's our update for the last week.